James Tomlinson produced his best bowling performance of the season to see Hampshire crowned as the LV County Championship 2nd Division champions after they beat Glamorgan by 291 runs in Cardiff, just as Worcestershire were losing to Essex in Chelmsford. Hampshire had all but secured the victory, which would at the very least confirm their promotion when they started day 3 of this match on 175 for 3 in their second innings for a lead of 360. 21 more had been added to that when Tom Alsop lost his off stump to Jim Allenby, who was to have another excellent day with the ball. Hampshire probably had enough runs already, but James Vince was able to add more to his tally with shots like these. He lost Adam Wheater at the other end for 14 as he nicked off to a very wide ball from Allenby, with the total on 222 for 5 and the lead into the 400s. Vince's sensational season ended with him scoring 48 to take his tally of championship runs this year to 1,525, more than anyone else in the country. He offered Graham Wagg a simple catch at mid-on off Michael Hogan. Allenby then grabbed his 4th wicket of the innings as Chris Wood drove him to cover, and he added a 5th soon after that to get shot of Sean Irvine for 21. And it was career best figures of 6 for 54 for the all-rounder when Matt Coles clubbed him out to Jacques Rudolph. Jimmy Adams then called them in with Hampshire on 258 for 9. It left Glamorgan a little over 5 sessions to make 444 to win, or bags of time for Hampshire to claim the 10 wickets they now needed to take the 2nd Division title. Initially, they were held up by Will Bragg and Rudolph, who dealt with Tomlinson fairly easily through his first 3 overs. But he then began his 4th by hitting Rudolph on the bat leg in front of his stumps with a total on 31. Next ball and the left armour was celebrating again as Mark Wallace ended his season with a golden duck with an edge drive to Vince. Then in the bowler's next over, Glamorgan were 3 down as Chris Cook was undone by some movement and also on his way LBW. At lunch, Hampshire had reduced their host to 54 for 3 and 6 balls into the afternoon, Tomlinson was up again after winning another leg before decision to send Bragg on his way. A switch to around the wicket then brought another LBW, David Lloyd on his way offering no shot to give Tomlinson a first 5-wicket haul of the summer, and what a time to get it. He then added a 6th to see the back of Allenby, who gloved behind, all 6 coming in the space of 26 balls to reduce the home team to 63 for 6, the champagne now firmly on ice. As far as Glamorgan were concerned, this had not been a good game for them, but at least their debutant Donald was able to show what he could do. Having advanced the score to 86, he lost Wagg at the other end, a thick inside edge off Coles bringing about his downfall. Donald then had some fun against Imran Tahir by belting him for this maximum, only for Wood to leave the total on 113 for 8 when Dean Koska pulled him out to Alsop in the deep. 17-year-old Donald was able to race to a maiden half-century off 52 balls with a second 6 off Tahir, a man who didn't make too much of an impact in his couple of games for the county right at the end of the season. Donald had struck 2 6s and 5 4s in his 50. It was soon all over. Donald was out for 59, hooking Wood to Tahir at long leg before the spinner finished the game off by bowling Kieran Bull. Hampshire had done it in a flash, and the real celebrations could now begin. They returned to the top flight after a 3-year absence with a trophy in their hands too, ending the season by dismissing their hosts for just 152 inside 34 overs, Tomlinson with figures of 6 for 48 from a dynamic 11-over spell. He will now remove his beard. The margin of victory was by 291 runs, even though Hampshire were 53 for 5 at one point on day 1, and that meant a top place finish for the visitors, who ended 3 points ahead of Worcestershire. Glamorgan, meanwhile, are likely to finish off in the bottom 2.